In the modern NBA, a league captivated by explosive athleticism and statistical superlatives, Andrew Nembhard represents a different, more subtle kind of force. He is not the loudest player on the court, nor the one whose highlights dominate nightly recaps. Instead, he is the quiet architect of the big moment, an indispensable strategic asset for the Indiana Pacers, whose true value is most profoundly felt when the pressure is highest. His career presents a compelling case study in how basketball intelligence, unflappable poise, and tactical adaptability can eclipse raw physical gifts. This journey has culminated in a distinct identity, that of one of the league's most reliable and impactful postseason performers, a player who elevates his game when the lights are brightest. The narrative of Andrew Nembhard is one of exceeding expectations at every turn. It is the story of a second-round draft pick who commanded a first-round contract, a four-year college player who proved more NBA-ready than many heralded lottery selections, and a steady-floor general who transforms into a clutch shot maker in the crucible of the playoffs. His trajectory challenges the conventional wisdom of prioritizing athletic potential over proven, translatable skills. While many front offices gamble on a player's ceiling, the Pacers invested in Nembhard's exceptionally high floor. Scouting reports consistently praised his experience and basketball IQ, but questioned his scoring upside and elite speed. The Pacers' decision to award him that groundbreaking contract was a clear signal they saw what others missed, a player who could contribute reliably from day one. His immediate impact, which included starting 63 games as a rookie and that memorable game winner against the Lakers, validated this belief and set the stage for his emergence as a core component of a contending team. Andrew Nembhard's four-year, two-program collegiate career was the perfect crucible for forging an NBA-ready player. He first learned to be a primary creator in the rugged Southeastern Conference at Florida before refining his game as a high-level complementary piece at national powerhouse Gonzaga. At the University of Florida, Nembhard was immediately entrusted with the keys to the offense. He started every single one of the 67 games he played for the Gators. As a freshman, he dished out 194 assists, the fourth highest single-season total in Florida's history. This period was defined by his development as a floor general forced to manage a game under constant duress, and his time in Florida was punctuated by the kind of high-pressure heroics that would later define his professional career. This shot against LSU didn't just win the game, it helped secure an NCAA tournament bid and offered a powerful early indicator of his clutch gene. After 2 seasons, Nembhard transferred to Gonzaga, requiring a significant role adjustment. He went from primary engine to key component. His ability to adapt was remarkable, earning the West Coast Conference's 6th Man of the Year award in his first season. By his senior year, he was the WCC tournament's most outstanding player. Critically, his time at Gonzaga saw him address one of the primary concerns in his scouting profile: perimeter shooting. This period taught him how to thrive without being the focal point, mastering the arts of off-ball movement and catch-and-shoot efficiency, the perfect preparation for his future role in the NBA. Nembhard was selected with the 31st overall pick. The pre-draft consensus was clear: a high IQ playmaker, but one whose physical tools might limit his ceiling. Analysts described him as a reliable and dependable piece, not a game changer. The Pacers, however, saw a first-round talent in disguise. They signed Nembhard to a groundbreaking 4-year, $8.6 million contract with 3 years fully guaranteed. It was a bold statement. Indiana graded Nembhard as a first-round talent and paid him accordingly, betting his NBA readiness was more valuable than speculative upside. Nembhard wasted no time proving the Pacers' investment shrewd. He was immediately a major contributor, starting 63 games and earning a Rising Stars selection. He quickly established the clutch reputation that now defines him with this stunning game winner over LeBron and the Lakers. Just 1 week later, with All-Star Tyrese Halliburton sidelined, Nembhard demonstrated his ability to scale his role on demand. He exploded for a career-high 31 points and 13 assists against the defending champion Warriors. This wasn't a fluke, it was a demonstration of the Florida version of himself, proving he could be a high-usage primary creator when called upon. At his core, Nembhard is a quintessential floor general. His game is not predicated on speed but on a superior understanding of offensive geometry and timing. He thrives in the pick and roll, manipulating defenders with subtle fakes and controlling the game's tempo. Defensively, at 6 feet 4 inches with a near 6 feet 6 inches wingspan, he leverages his intelligence to be a highly effective and versatile perimeter defender. He is frequently tasked with taking on the opponent's top perimeter threat, a testament to the coaching staff's trust. His approach is rooted in sharp instincts and quick hands, making him a solid and disruptive team defender. Let's rewind the clock 1 year to the 2023-24 season. This chart shows Nembhard's statistical profile compared to some other notable point guards. The closer the lines, the higher the cosine similarity, meaning the more alike their play styles were. And look at the company he's keeping: a young Steve Nash on the cusp of becoming a 2-time MVP, and Jose Calderon, a player legendary for his efficiency and one of the best assist-to-turnover ratios in modern history. This profile is that of a pure cerebral floor general, a player who values making the right pass over the risky one and whose impact is measured in offensive efficiency. This is a fantastic ceiling for any point guard, but the critics would say, okay, that's his role, a high-level game manager. But then, this season happened. This is Andrew Nembhard's profile from this past 2024-25 season. And the picture changes dramatically. Look at the new comparisons. We're not just talking about great players anymore. We are talking about the point god Chris Paul in his prime, and John Stockton, the NBA's all-time leader in both assists and steals. We've shifted from elite offensive orchestrators to two of the greatest two-way point guards to ever play the game. Now, look closely. Is Nembhard's white line as extended as theirs? Number, he's not producing at their legendary levels yet. But that's not the point. The point is the shape, the profile. The statistical DNA is becoming eerily similar. Why is this so important? Because it shows a fundamental evolution in his game. He's maintained his elite playmaking and efficiency, but he has clearly layered on a disruptive, impactful defensive presence. The jump in his steals profile, putting him in the same conversation as Stockton and CP3, is the key. He's growing from a game manager into a game controller on both ends of the floor. So, has Andrew Nembhard reached his ceiling? These charts scream no. They show a clear upward trajectory. They show a player whose ceiling is transforming from that of a great specialist into the mold of a legendary two-way general. He is still young. He has years to grow and push his own line further out to match the magnitude of those Hall of Famers. But the path he is on is undeniable. So maybe the critics are right. Maybe this is his ceiling. But if your ceiling looks like shades of Steve Nash 1 year and evolves into shades of Chris Paul and John Stockton the next, that's not a bad ceiling to have. In fact, for the Indiana Pacers, it might just be the blueprint for a champion. So, how do we measure that versatile two-way impact? This chart is a perfect place to start. It maps out two of the most important skills for any guard: playmaking and defense. On the bottom, we have defensive rating. A lower score is better. The further to the left a player is, the more impactful they are on defense. The blue line here represents the league average. On the side, we have assist ratio, which measures how frequently a player creates a basket for their teammates. Here, higher is better. The yellow line shows the league average. So, the sweet spot, the zone where true two-way guards live, is this top left quadrant. Above average defense and above average playmaking. You see some expected results. Here's a primary offensive engine like James Harden. His assist ratio is elite, and that massive bubble size shows he racks up a huge volume of assists. But his defense? It lands right on the league average line. Then you have Draymond Green, an absolutely elite defensive rating way over to the left, combined with a phenomenal assist ratio. He's in a class of his own. And then, quietly, firmly planted in that coveted zone of two-way impact, you find Andrew Nembhard. Let's break down what this position actually means. First, look how far to the left he is. He doesn't just have a good defensive rating. He is statistically one of the most effective defensive guards on this entire chart, significantly better than the league average. At the same time, look up. He is comfortably above the average line for assist ratio. He isn't just a defensive specialist who can pass a little. He is a legitimate, positive playmaker for his team. This is the modern NBA's most valuable archetype, a player who can take on the challenge of guarding the other team's best perimeter player, while also having the IQ and skill to come down the other end and effectively run the offense. He doesn't sacrifice one skill for the other. To emphatically demonstrate the playoff riser phenomenon, look at this. His minutes, points, assists, and rebounds all jump. But the efficiency is what's truly staggering. A 13.5 percentage point increase in three-point shooting from the regular season to the playoffs is an elite marker of clutch performance. He's not just taking more shots, he is taking and making better, higher quality shots against the league's best defenses. This confirms that his poise and intelligence translate directly to superior performance when it matters most. So, who is Andrew Nembhard? We began with the story of a second-round pick who defied conventional draft wisdom. A player whose value was measured not in vertical leap, but in basketball IQ. His journey through two distinct college systems as a primary creator at Florida and a high-level complement at Gonzaga forged him into a uniquely adaptable weapon, perfectly prepared for the multifaceted demands of the NBA. But the journey since then has revealed something far more profound. He is the playoff riser, whose performance and efficiency skyrocket under the bright lights of the postseason. He is the statistical anomaly, whose profile is actively evolving before our eyes, shifting from the mold of a pure facilitator like a young Steve Nash into the two-way DNA of legends like Chris Paul and John Stockton. And as the data proves, he now lives in that rare territory reserved for the league's most valuable players, the zone of elite, lockdown defense combined with potent, above-average playmaking. Andrew Nembhard's career is a masterclass in substance over style. He has proven that a high basketball IQ is a weapon, that poise is a skill, and that the crucible of the playoffs is not something to be feared, but an opportunity to shine. He is far more than just a complementary role player. He is a core piece of the Indiana Pacers' identity and a critical component of their winning formula, providing the tactical flexibility and defensive tenacity that allows his teammates to flourish. He is the quiet architect at the center of his team's most important moments. And as the Pacers continue their pursuit of a championship, he has proven that sometimes the sharpest mind is the most dangerous weapon on the court.